Midwest Ports values a strong community relationship and its ability to create value in this space. Our annual grants and sponsorship program is one initiative making a difference in our community.
Midwest Ports are currently one of our major sponsors. That's a platinum sponsorship, and they've been major sponsors of the Geraldton Yacht Club for many years.
Midwest Port Authority has been a long-term sponsor of the Chamber, and their sponsorship allows for the Chamber to continue to lobby, support and advocate for other businesses.
We were overwhelmed by the generosity of the Midwest Port Authority, and actually a little surprised at the amount we received. The team got really behind what we do here at Headspace Geraldton. We were fortunate enough to receive $11,000, which has enabled us to start a really exciting new program for our region.
The Port Authority have granted us a grant of $2,600 in the last year. That sponsorship is being used to improve facilities for seafarers.
We're very grateful to have received $5,000 in scholarships. That's an annual commitment to help students here at the Geraldton University Centre.
So we've received $3,000, which is amazing. We're also going to use that for representative apparel and to buy new equipment for the club because it's getting a bit old and dowdy at the moment.
We got a $3,500 grant to put towards the running costs of going to the islands and picking up all the rubbish for Flotsam and Jetsam.
Oh, look, all the sponsorship money that we receive goes towards the actual running of the race day events. So, you know, like any club, I suppose, you know, there's costs involved with, you know, rescue boats and sail training, sending kids off to programs in Perth and national and state titles. So it goes towards a number of different areas within the club, but certainly helps the overall functioning of the club throughout the year.
For me, one of the big things that sort of kept coming to my mind when we received the donation from the Port is that it really places a significant value on what Headspace and services like Headspace offer to the community. It says to young people that Headspace is a good place and we should support them, and I feel that goes a long way in breaking down the stigma that would prevent young people from accessing these services.
Part of the Midwest Port Authority's sponsorship has gone towards the Business Excellence Awards, and the Midwest Chamber of Commerce and Industry has these awards every year, and part of that is to support local businesses and their successes.
It's a new building that we're building and it's under construction now, and that will be a recreation area for the seafarers, which will overcome the crowdedness in the small building we have.
The benefits of the sponsorship for this club are enormous. We're hoping to get juniors underway, so that will be a big output, you know, trying to advertise, get people down here to go through with the juniors, teach them how to play. So that's where we're going to aim our sponsorship efforts at.
Flotsam and Jetsam is an art exhibition we run in Geraldton, and it's a really strong community event these days. It's considered one of the most exciting art exhibitions to happen in the Midwest. It's gotten bigger and bigger every year. The costs of running this exhibition are quite high, and what we do is we go to the Abrolhos Islands, pick up the rubbish, bring it back, and people turn it into a work of art. So it's really well received by the community.
So there's two scholarships, one for a student in engineering and one for a student in environmental science, and that will help them to purchase books, other costs of study, whether that be laptop, even just to pay their rent, whatever it is. You know, studying's not a cheap exercise, so it really does make a difference for those students to be able to receive some support.
Without the sponsorship from the Port Authority, certainly we wouldn't have the facility we have here today, and with their sponsorship the club will only get bigger and bigger, especially around young people wanting to take up the sport, and also in recent times the number of adults actually coming down to the club and want to take up the sport as well.
Everything about Flotsam and Jetsam is just a real feel-good story. I mean, the community loves to look after their region, so we're ticking that box by picking up rubbish and bringing it back, and then not just putting it into landfill. So this rubbish actually gets turned into something that people can buy or put on their wall and look at it for years to come.
This sponsorship has assisted us greatly because we don't receive any funding to trial anything like this. For Headspace services, all our services are free, no referral is required, so young people can get in touch and get the process rolling if they feel like they need that support.
With businesses such as the Midwest Port Authority giving sponsorship to sporting associations, community groups, etc., these are really grassroots areas where grants are not always possible to sustain their growth and development and attracting more people into their sports or their activities. And it's really, really important for businesses such as Midwest Port Authority to contribute in a very meaningful and positive way, and they do this.
We are 100% volunteers here, including myself and the shop manager. So we depend on income from our shop sales to run the business. Without sponsorship, we would not be able to expand.
Sponsorship's vital for all clubs. I think all clubs try and seek sponsors just to help them, one, keep the costs down for players and help keep their clubs running, ticking over year after year and offering a better service and service delivery of their sport.
I just really like the way we have that circular motion with businesses like the Midwest Port Authority supporting local students. They're the future of our community, and to see our businesses supporting that growth in professionals in our own community, that really makes an enormous difference.